So this is how we're going to make homemade milkbones for dogs today. First, you need to gather all your ingredients. You have 3 cups of whole wheat flour. You have 1/2 cup of dry milk, 3/4 cup of hot water, 1 egg, and 1/3 stick of margarine. And then, of course, you need a bowl and a mixing spoon. Okay, and I got all that from ilovedogs.com. First off, you wash hands, which I already did, and then I'm going to go preheat the oven to 325 degrees. Okay, so you have your large bowl, and then you're going to get the margarine, pour it in, and I put the margarine in the microwave to soften it because it's easier to mix with the other ingredients. And then this is the hot water that I'm going to pour in. Okay, and then I need to beat an egg. So this is how you're going to be beating an egg. And then some things that you need to be careful for with dogs, like that you put in the ingredients, are chocolate and nutmeg because they cause seizures. Okay, now that the egg is beaten, we're going to pour it in. And then we need to add the powdered milk, which is this, and the 1 teaspoon of salt. And then you need to add flour 1/2 cup at a time. So you take 1/2 cup and you put it in, and I'm going to mix it. Now that we've added all 3 cups of water, we need to start kneading the dough. So after I've kneaded the dough for several minutes, it is now stiff. Now I am going to pat or roll it to 1/2 inch of thickness. I am going to use a roller because that's just how I like to do it. Because I think patting takes a little bit more time. Okay. Onions can interfere with dogs' blood circulation, and that's another ingredient that could be dangerous for the dog to eat. Some people, it's not a big problem, but it's still there. So if you've given your dog an onion, don't freak out, because they're still alive. And the reason that I chose wheat flour instead of white is because it's hard for dogs, or any kind of animal really, to digest. And that's kind of the reason why most dog bones, or this dough, is like brownish because of the wheat. Because if we would have used white, it would have just kind of been like, I guess, sugar cookies or something. Okay, now it's split dough to different thicknesses. I made this dough thin for littler dogs, and then I'm going to use this, and it's going to cut little bones, as you can see. And you can also get stencils that say stuff on them, like you can be like #1 dog or puppy, or really anything that you want to say. And as you can tell, one batch of milkbones makes a lot of different milkbones. You can roll the dough to different thicknesses according to the size of your pet. If you wanted to make small milkbones, such as these, you could make them for dogs such as Yorkies, or if you wanted to make, like, for bigger dogs, like golden retrievers, labs, huskies, or anything, you could make these size bones, or also these. Or you could give them the little ones, if that's what you prefer. This makes about 1/4 pounds of milk bones, and it costs around 30 cents per pound to make the milk bones. So now I'm going to put them in the oven, and they're going to bake for 50 minutes at 325 degrees. You can put them close together because they won't really expand while they're cooking, so it doesn't really matter what they're at. And then you set the timer for 50 minutes, and then after 50 minutes, when they come out, they will be hard. Now that the 15 minutes is over and the timer is going off, you need to get hot pads on and carefully take each cookie tray out of the oven and set them on top of the oven so that they don't burn the countertop. Once they're out of the oven and onto the countertops, you need to turn the oven off. And I already turned the timer off. And now they need to cool